Hi everyone, welcome to the Secrets of the Viz, where we dive deep into the heart of Tableau Public's Viz of the Day. Have you ever wondered how these stunning visualizations come to life? I'll be peeling back the layers and recreating some of the unique techniques behind these creations. Join me as we explore, learn, and get inspired together. Don't forget to subscribe, follow for more tips, and nominate a Viz of the Day you're interested to see decoded. Let's get down to unlocking the secrets of the Viz. So one of the cool things you would see in this Viz of the Day is the ability to change languages from Japanese to English. So this is done using the dynamic zone visibility, and it's pretty easy to set it up. So what you want to do is create a parameter that allows you to change between the different languages, and then create two different calculated fields that checks the value of the parameter. So what this does, it returns a boolean value, either true or false, depending on the value that's being selected. And now you can head over to the layout pane under the options control visibility using value and set the calculated fields to your worksheets, text objects, or even containers to show and hide based on the parameter that you select. So over here, what we are trying to do is create a delta chart that tracks the differences between the previous value and the current value. So the key thing to making this work is to ensure that your table calculation is of the right aggregation. So over here, what we are trying to do is to calculate the delta over the previous year by regions. So you need to deselect the region so that the delta stays within each of the regions. The other trick to prevent overlapping of the bars is to set the size to fixed and the alignment to the left. The last thing we want to go through in this Viz of the Day is how to create a pyramid chart. The main formula that powers a pyramid chart is the current values proportion over the total value. So you can simply create a formula by having sum divided by total sum. The next steps would be bringing all the dimensions required to disaggregate your data. You'll notice now the charts actually look more like a step chart rather than a pyramid chart. And in order to fix that, we just need to make a simple change to the calculation we've created earlier on. So what we want to do is to flip the male gender to the negative side of the axis. And you can do that by using an if statement to check. So a really cool tip here is you can drag any dimensions into your calculation window and click on describe to show all the values associated with the dimension. And it's a quick way to pull out the values for that dimension. And it works extremely well in this situation because unless you have the Japanese language installed on your keyboard, you won't be able to type in the measure names or the values. The final piece is completing the if-else statement by returning a -1 when it's male and 1 when it's not. And there you have it, your pyramid chart. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Secrets of the Viz and learned a thing or two. Keep visiting, and I'll see you the next time.